Oh, welcome back to Blue Harvest Toys. We're going to be watching Raiders of the Lost Ark today. We're going to be watching Last Crusade as well, but we're going to be talking about Raiders first. So let's go watch it. There we go, we watched Raiders again. Again, it was the DVD and not the Blu-ray or the HD, DVD or 4K, anything like that. Unfortunately, I am going to try and get the 4K ones and then redo them again, maybe? No. So, this is a 42-year-old film. 42-year-old film. Just let that sink in. This, for me, spoilers, is the best film ever made. So you can tell the review is going to be brilliant. This is, near on damn it, the perfect movie. There's no movie for me that... There's a few movies that come close, but for me, that... maybe it came at the right time for me. I was 11 years old. I saw it. This one of the first movies I saw by myself in the cinema. Probably came at, like I said, the right time for me. I fell in love with Indiana Jones. Oh, unbelievable. No merchandise, no toys. No, it's not like Star Wars with those toys. No merchandise, anything like that. That was my Raiders of the Lost Ark. Now this is a brand new sealed. It's not brand new, but it's the original, but it's still sealed. Not going to open that. I have got a video which I might link, which does do the story of Raiders of the Lost Ark on the disc. Remember these? So yeah, for me that was Raiders of the Lost Ark. I got the soundtrack now. Never had it as a kid. I had Temple of Doom on cassette. Listened to it quite a lot. That was one of the first soundtracks I ever bought. Absolutely brilliant album. The music. I mean, the music. Going into the review of the film, the music, for me, is the best music ever created for a movie. It does show Temple of Doom on the back, which is a bit disappointing, but never mind. Going from that, the music is just perfect. Perfect. Marion's theme, I mean, it tells you all what's the theme in the jungle, idle, yeah. Bad dates, yeah. That scene where they're saying they're digging in the wrong place. They both say it together, and then the monkey dies and bad dates. That scene for me is probably one of the best, but there is a better scene, obviously, with the truck. The truck is the best scene in any movie, in the best movie ever. So it's got to be the best scene. Absolutely fantastic. I love this film. Love Indiana Jones. We watched Temple of Doom first, which, you know, I've never done before. It didn't really make any difference. It kind of helps with the timeline, I think, if you watch it that way. But it doesn't really matter. They don't follow on from each other. The only difference is the thing is, when there's the swordsman and he shoots him, right, it's very funny, but that was never meant to be there. It was meant to have a big fight with the swordsman. But Harrison Ford wasn't feeling very well that day, so he says, "Can I just shoot him?" So just shot him, and they kept that bit in, and it was hilarious. That was one of the best bits. So in Temple of Doom, he kind of tries to do it again, which doesn't make really much sense because it's before Raiders. Makes more sense if you're watching it the way they're brought out, because it's quite funny. So he reaches for his gun and it's not there, because he loses his gun very first thing in Temple of Doom. That's something I didn't mention. He doesn't use he uses his gun at the beginning, but then he loses his gun. He doesn't use a gun all the way through that film. And yeah, people say it's dark. But Raiders, what a film. What a film. What can I say? What else can I say about it? From the beginning, just the acting and it just all practical effects as well. It's just, I mean, there are like matte paintings and things like that. You can tell when they go from the dig site to the studio. You can tell that now. But I tell you what, the effects do hold up. The effects still do hold up on a 42-year-old film. And it doesn't need any special editions. Never needed any special editions. They've never touched it. They've never touched these films. I don't think they ever will. They don't need to. They don't need to. So there we go, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Obviously it's going to be my number one because it's my number one film ever made. And I just want all the merch. I would like to open it so I can listen to it, but like I say, I've got a video on my channel that you can listen to that, and I've put pictures up of the book as well. But I do have all the Star Wars ones. Don't have Temple of Doom. I don't know if they did the Last Crusade, but I would like to get a Temple of Doom one. So yeah, that was Raiders of the Lost Ark, best film ever made. And there's nothing really much I can say about it. The characters, the actors, the acting, the writing, the special effects, the music, perfection, absolute perfection. So right, next up is The Last Crusade. Now it's going to be a bit of a jump. Obviously I'm used to watching Temple of Doom next, so it's going to be a bit of a jump from Raiders to this, but I'm looking forward to watching it. It's been a while since I actually watched it all the way through, so we'll go watch that now. I'll see you in a bit. There we go. There we go. We've watched The Last Crusade, and yeah, I love the ending. I love the ending. I love the music and then the just the comedy. The comedy bit of all the way through is a lot funnier than I remember. There's a lot of funny. I mean, there's a lot of funny bits in Indiana Jones, but yeah, I think this one there's more funny bits in it. With the relationship with his dad, with Sean Connery, it's just yeah. I do feel like it's very similar to Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's like not a remake, but it's very similar. Where we see the beginning bit, then he goes to school and he's in front of the blackboard. I think that is intentional. That is just spot on from Raiders to this one. I think I notice it more because I've watched them back to back. I do feel that it's a mirror image of Raiders, because whereas you got the temple at the beginning of Raiders with all the traps and everything like that, you've got all the traps at the end of Last Crusade with the temple, or whatever you want to call it, with all the traps to get. You get the idol in Raiders, we get the Holy Grail in Last Crusade. So yeah, I think it's like a mirror image. So it's like very similar, and I think it helps me noticing that watching them back to back. Because normally you have Temple of Doom in the middle if you're watching them all together, but with having those two together, they're very similar. And I think that's intentional. I think that's totally intentional. I think they went back once Temple of Doom didn't do as well. Everybody said it was a bit dark and things like that. I think that's why they lightened up Last Crusade, and they went back to a formula from Raiders, which is not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. I mean, it is a different. In one aspect, it is a totally different film, but in another, it's very similar. That's my judgment on it. Not really any bad guys. And we've got Walt Donovan. We've got the Germans, obviously. Not like in Raiders where you've got a proper bad guy. I suppose Donovan is like a bit like Belloc. We've got Elsa as well. Elsa, tell you what, you realise how bad Elsa actually is. She's like a bit grey at certain points, but certain elements, bits of it, you can tell she's really bad. And one example is she chooses the grail at the end for Donovan to drink out of, and she knew it wasn't the right one. So what did she attempt? I think she wanted the grail for herself, because what Donovan wanted the grail. He wanted the grail. He wanted to keep it. Didn't want the Nazis to have it. He wanted to keep it himself. So I think Elsa wanted him out of the way so she could have it, maybe. But you kind of see the look in her eye, and she knows what's going to happen. Not as bad as it actually happens, because she was quite disturbed, I think. But she actually got rid of Donovan. So yeah, she was really, really bad. Really bad. Yeah, she'd do anything to get that grill. That's obvious. So yeah, not as many bad guys. Same again, Raiders with the Germans. Germans again. We're going to have Germans in the new Indiana Jones film. So yeah, you've got to have that. I think you've got to have that formula. I think you've got to have that real bad guy, haven't you? You've got to have. I'm not going to say the word. You've got to have a real element of world saving, basically, which it is, isn't it? It is. You can probably see the thing because I've just literally just finished watching it now. But the music again, music is totally different in the three films. I'm gonna watch Crystal Skull. I've not really listened to that music as much, but I have the three soundtracks for this, and I've always had them. I've had them for. I said earlier I didn't have Raiders of the Lost Ark until recently, and I listened to that quite a lot. Got it on LP, and I listened to it quite a lot. I have had Temple of Doom since it came out in 1984. I've had it on cassette. I love that soundtrack. This one I had and listened to quite a lot. And you've got the Indiana Jones score, which also you've always got, but you've got the romantic score. You've got like with Marion's score in Raiders, the Willies in Temple of Doom. You kind of have. I don't really have an Elsa's theme as such. The Germans' theme is totally different in this, and it's more militaristic and it's really good. I mean, there is elements in Raiders where he's going after the truck. He's on the horse where he goes do. There is elements of that German theme in this as well, but you've also got the Indiana Jones theme, which is two themes put together, which is really good. I can't do. I'd love to do videos on theme tunes. I love soundtracks. I collect movie soundtracks, and I would love to do videos on that. But you can't, obviously, because copyright. It's a pain in the arse. I would like to show clips of the movie as well, because it's just not worth it. It's just me talking about it, and people do react to movies, and I would like to do that. But it's just too much. It's just a pain in the ass, and it's not worth it. So I'm just talking about it now. So yes, we've done 3 so far. I'm gonna do Crystal Skull next, and then we'll go through all of them and the journey of Indiana Jones in the next video. So I'm gonna leave it here. This is part 2. We've had Raiders, we've had Last Crusade. Very similar movies. I know it's Indiana Jones, I know they're going to be similar, but yeah. More comedy value in this one. A lot of banter, a lot of better relationships. I mean, we had good relationships with Marion, Salah, and Indy. And again, we get Salah again in this movie. We get Denham Elliott again. It seems a bit more dumbed down in this movie than it really should be. It gets a bit of a rough edge in this one. I don't know. He's more in Raiders. He's more intelligent. He's a really intelligent man. He's the head of the museum, head of the school or college, whatever it is. But this one, they seem to have dumbed him down a bit, unfortunately. Made him a bit of a fool. Whereas I think it was Salah more in Raiders than Denham Elliott in this. But yeah, it was really good. Starts off with young Indy, and River Phoenix has worked with Harrison Ford before, so he knows his characteristics, and he took him off perfectly. Rest in peace, River Phoenix, but it was fantastic. It was absolutely fantastic. I think if River had lived, Harrison Ford would have let him take over, I would have thought. I know Harrison Ford doesn't want anybody else to do Indiana Jones, and I think he might have let River Phoenix, because River Phoenix, I know there was the Young Indiana Jones series, things like that, but River Phoenix took off Harrison Ford so well. And I always thought that ever since I first saw Last Crusade in '89, and I always thought it was just perfect. Yeah, all the backstory on Indy and that little sequence is a bit too much, but yeah, I like how he actually does get the cross of Coronara this time. He does get it. He finally gets something. He finally gets the cross, because he didn't get the Ark. He did get the Ark, but he didn't get it. He went into the warehouse. He didn't get the Shankara stones. Crystal Skull he didn't get, and this he didn't get the Holy Grail, but he got that cross. That is the only thing he has ever got. Brilliant archaeologist, but yeah, it's well worth it. I mean, it took him all those years to try and get it, and yeah, he got it. Yay! Well done, Indy. Right, I'm going to go now. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Join me next time for part 3, where I'm going to do Crystal Skull, and we're going to have a look on all the movies put together, rank them, rate them, and look forward to Dial of Destiny. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Let's always be with you.
Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest.